のせいだ。俺のせいだ。イルビア。
今ならお腹いっぱい食わせてやれるのにな。
またお兄ちゃんの作った野菜食べるの楽しみにしてるね。
This damn stupid farming anime, it's not supposed to make me feel things, y'all. Like, so if you guys watched my episode 8 review, if you didn't, it's okay, because it was late regardless. But if you watched that review, I was actually very excited going into episode 9, because like, oh, we're gonna meet this new girl, like a Ruby. I guess they called her a Ruby last episode. It might have been a translation issue, but her name was Olivia, Olivia. And I was really excited for it, because I was like, oh, at the end of episode 8, Al was talking to Al was talking to Ruri and Fel, and they're like, oh, you gotta pick one of us, or both, I guess, but, why can't you? What, do you have somebody else in your heart? And he was like, yes, I do. And then, it kind of cut to him and the picture of him and the pink hair girl. And you just assume that there was like a falling out, that this was a childhood friend, that maybe they grew apart, maybe they moved apart, maybe his farming obsession was too crazy, whatever. Then episode 9 begins to start, and we see that Olivia was this girl who was, I guess, just abandoned, and she was like living in the mountains, living in the forest or whatever, and she's basically coming to the village that Al used to live at when he was a kid, and she would constantly be stealing vegetables, probably fruit, and just stealing all kinds of stuff, that produce that they were producing here on these farms. And the very, very long story short is Al, found out what was going to happen to her, be, sent up to slave traders, blah, 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 blah. And he starts to take it upon himself to, feed her and, whatever else. So as things are happening, right, you start to piece everything together, like, oh, okay, so, Al kind of took, not ownership, but he kind of took responsibility for her. And he got to get his parents to make a deal, and he got his parents to take her in, because they were like, yo, we see what's going on here. And it was so precious too, because then it also comes together, because then 2 years pass, and she's living with the owls, with the owlcoons. She's living with the family, and you're like, oh, okay. So in my head this whole time as I'm watching, I'm still thinking like, oh, maybe she moved out, maybe there was a falling out. Maybe when he went to go build his farm somewhere, maybe they separated. Maybe they just haven't brought her back yet because she's doing something else somewhere. All these thoughts are going through my head as I'm kind of watching this really cute, adorable story unfold. Then the moment there, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this was the parting point, right? Or maybe something happened. So at some point, Al's parents, his father and his mom, they go to the capital. Seemingly where they live now, right? They go to the capital, and they're going to go find a house there. And Al's very confused by this. He's like, why would you do it? We have a big house now. He's like, oh, they're like, his mom's like, oh, we have a bigger family now. We have one more person here. We need a bigger home, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out that Olivia has been given a hard time by all the villager kids and people when his parents or him is not around. So basically, they wanted to move out to the capital, to a new city, so they can have a new start as a family, so that nobody knows them, right? So I was like, that's some sweet stuff. So again, I'm thinking, oh, maybe they moved, and maybe she begins to get older, and they have a falling out. Well, then it comes to find that Al and his buddy, I forget what his name is. I know we just saw it in the episode, but Al and his buddy, they go to do some kind of mission. They find some mountain place that there's supposed to be treasure there. It ends up being like some kind of monster or something that they find. And I guess it kind of explains where Al maybe gets his powers from, because that monster basically inhibits or like goes inside of Al. And the actions in doing so cause the volcano to erupt. And basically, him and his best friend, the actions that they took destroys the whole effing city, village, town, whatever. And it's enveloped in ash and lava and everything else. So he finally comes to, he passes out during that event. He sees Olivia, and I guess they didn't really specify how much time, but you have to imagine a couple of weeks at least passed as Al was trying to recover. Olivia wanted him to be fed, where, she had really good intentions, which was, give him the most food because he needs to be nourished as he tries to recover. The reality is she didn't have to give him all of her food. She could have, try and like portion it out a little bit more. That way she's eating a little something. But during the whole time, she ended up just, YOLOing it and saying, okay, it's all going to go to L. And she ends up passing out from not eating. And his buddy finds her, and she's dead. She passed away. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it really made me just like, it was heartbreaking. And then, Al goes to see her, and he's destroyed by this. And I thought something cool was going to happen during those moments. I thought, maybe this new power he got would be enveloped her, but no, she just died. And essentially that is what ignited his flame and fuel to be a, full-fledged farmer, because she was like, oh, I want to taste the vegetables you make again one day. And that's kind of stuck with him the whole entire time. So his motivation for being a farmer and doing what he does is because this little girl lives inside of him, And it's a really cute, really cute, really good, really well done storytelling. So I have to tip the hat. I really commend them of making us feel something, or at least making me feel something. I don't know if you did. You can let me know in the comments. But like, I felt like really just emotional by that. And especially with children, because I have children, so it's one of those things that it hits home even more. So definitely a really emotional episode, and I was like, God damn, this stupid ass farming anime really got me to like tear up. So anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys on those thoughts. Really great. This is probably peak farming anime. This was like probably the best episode that we've gotten just from a storytelling perspective. Really good, and really sad to see that this Olivia girl is no more, because I think it would have been really cool to see her, I don't know, older and stuff. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys being here another week. And my friends, from me to you, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.